content creation. Philippe, whenever you are ready, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Yorick, for the introduction. I'm very excited to kick off today's Innovation Showcase. As you will see soon on the screen, I'm not sure if we're seeing the presentation yet, that's good. My intervention today is oriented around marketing, entitled From SEO to AEO, Winning Visibility in the Age of AI Search. So if you're a marketer or working closely with marketing teams, you will know that there's now a shift from SEO discoverability to AEO and or GEO visibility. So what it means is that now users are not searching for keywords in search engine anymore, like Google or Bing, but instead they're asking specific questions to GenAI or ChatGPT, for instance. One of the recent reports from HubSpot, very well-known CRM in the world, had a consumer trend report during which they indicated that 72%, listen, 72% of users will be using AI-powered search more often over traditional search engine. And another report actually from this time from Shopify, so specialized in e-commerce, demonstrated that AI is being responsible for a growing slice of discovery in e-commerce. So if we can go to the next slide. Of course, SEO will not disappear tomorrow, but what it means for marketers, at least, and localization team working with marketers, one, they need to continue the SEO efforts, which is already quite heavy, and on the top of that, they have to consider this other channel. So they need to prepare for growing content for AEO purposes, right? As a result, there's an even greater need for content in different forms. However, unfortunately, budget and resources are never unlimited. And that's why already for quite a long time, marketers and writers have been using AI for generating content. Now, the problem they are facing is that when content is solely created via AI, it can face inconsistency in quality outputs. It takes longer time to actually get performing copies, and sometimes is being penalized by search engines like Google, for instance, or Bing. Right. So next slide. And this is exactly why we actually developed Descript GenAI. Descript GenAI is a AI-powered content generation platform designed to help marketers and localization team to create high-quality multilingual content at scale with a human touch. So in our framework, we're using customizable templates and prompts to generate SEO or AEO ready content, including product description, FAQs that are really needed for AEO purposes, how-to guides, comparison pages, checklists, and many other type of structured contents that AI search engine increasingly favor. To maximize search performance, users will be bringing their primary or secondary keywords into Descript GenAI, and then the platform will integrate those keywords naturally into entity-rich content, helping improve SEO, AEO, and GEO readiness. But of course, AI alone isn't enough, and this is what we said before, right? So that's why the human expertise remains essential for creating authentic, engaging, and brand-compliant content. And within Descript GenAI, editors, writers, reviewers will have a live editing interface where content specialists can review, refine, and optimize the generated content in real time. And in the next slide, you will see the most powerful part of it is the real-time QA that is being embedded into the editor's view. The customizable checklist will be flagging errors live so that the content for the writer so that the content writer can address and fix those issues. The built-in QA validates keyword coverage to make sure that all the keywords that have been essential and selected by the marketing team are going to be used, that the formatting is going to be compliant with what is required in terms of length. The formatting with the headings is also being compliant with the requirements and other type of customer-specific requirements that can be raised from marketers. So the idea is basically to allow teams to publish faster without compromising quality. Okay, so in a nutshell, and to keep it short, within those 4 minutes allowed, our customers are now creating copies. Sorry, next slide. 3 times to 10 times faster than they used to. The real-time semantic keyword validation that you can see in the editor helped to improve organic visibility from the output copy. And today, Description GenAI already supports 13 languages, and we're aiming to basically increase a bit more the language coverage to obviously cover, for instance, main European languages, Southeast Asian languages, Latin American languages. And the last slide, I wanted to mention that with Description GenAI, you can create faster, you rank better, but more importantly, you scale globally by creating content that is optimized for AEO and GEO across market and languages. So if you want to learn more about Description AI, feel free to check out my LinkedIn and get in touch. You can find me, Philippe Cao at Clear Local. And thank you.
Thanks, Philippe. Very interesting stuff. A lot to pack in there, as you'd expect. Very relevant as well, right? Let me ask you, can you somehow quantify, you mentioned that human effort needed to go from raw AI-generated content to final product. Can you give us a kind of a short quantification on that?
Yeah. So I really mentioned that in the past, we have already rolled out the platform for half a dozen e-commerce companies. And some companies are able to actually expedite content 3 times faster. So that obviously, the AI generation content is helping, but the QA part is also very helpful. Some other companies that may have a more, I would say, complex or complete set of rules and requirements will be able to actually go even faster, up to 10 times faster when it comes to creating the content. And again, content can be anything from this product description, landing pages, FAQs, other blog articles that could be actually needed for such AEO purposes.
Yeah, and then the actual human effort, so that's the scale piece, great. The human effort to go from the generated content to a final product. Can you give us a quick quantification on that?
Yeah, so the human effort is at the beginning, basically feeding the Description AI with the requirements, and then the second part will be the editing into the editor's view. So editing is usually very little, from what we've seen, around 20%, and that's why teams are able to actually expedite.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I also have a question for you, Philippe. Dave and I, we are very, very interested in really understanding the problem that you're trying to solve. And of course, you brought up a couple of valid problems, which are very common in the industry: faster time to market, keyword compliance, budget, and so on and so forth. However, can you elaborate a little bit more on the problem that led you to building this solution, and more importantly, ditching the traditional localization model in favor of multilingual content creation?
Yeah, so one of the, actually everyone is talking about AI, right? And a lot of people have been already using AI generative content to create content for the website, the product. When we're talking to clients, there's a lot of fatigue around AI because they're not able to have something that is going to be consistent or sustainable. Yes, maybe a batch of content is going to be okay, but the following one, for any reasons, is not going to be following the keywords that have been required. You still have to actually go back and forth in the prompt editing to actually make it happen. And that is really the pain that impacted the customer side to be efficient or having a sustainable efficiency when it comes to using AI. So this is why we actually decided to create this live QA, a tool within the editor, so that whenever writers or content writers are going to be working on it, they could see real time what they need to fix, and then do it very quickly and expedite, go to the next one. So that is really the pain point that we identified when it comes to using AI, and we try to address it with this live embedded QA tool.